Dear Heisters, we are so close to the end of our developer diary journey now. The release of Payday 3 is just around the corner and you will soon be able to dive into the full experience yourselves. But before we part ways, we have one more episode filled to the brim with information you don't want to miss.
In this final episode, we'll go over some of the topics and moments we didn't fit into the other episodes. We'll talk about our hopes and dreams and things we envision for Payday 3's future. I think the biggest thing for me when I compare Payday 2 to Payday 3 is that already from the get-go with Payday 3, we have a very clear idea regarding the tonality of the game. We're coming more back to our roots, more closer to the Payday the Heist vibe and tonality. And I think that's what Payday 3 does really well, that it grounds us in the Payday universe from the perfect tone, from the perfect setting.
What am I particularly excited about for the future? First and foremost, the location of New York and realizing that further. New York is such an iconic place. It has so many different facets. There's so many different ways that you can bring the city to life. And then when we think about putting the iconic Payday gang and the chaos that they can cause, the urban mayhem that they can cause, and putting that into New York, that's something I'm excited about. When I see the future of the franchise over, let's just talk about the first year of service, I really see us realizing that location in a very strong and in a much deeper way. So that's something I'm incredibly looking forward to.
In the beginning, we also struggled that we did too clean New York.
And one of the things is the garbage pickup, the way they pick up the garbage in New York. They still pile trash bags on the curb. That was one of the things that was hugely forgiven because you can make combat covers out of trash bags. And since they're placed anywhere in New York, you can place them anywhere you want. And we can just design the combat spaces with, well, we need something here to cover the player. So yeah, put trash bags, it's fine.
One of the sort of happy accidents that happened during development is that we set up the zip lines in the game. And the way we have made it is that it's supposed to be very smooth to get in and out of the zip line. But as a consequence then, what happened was that if you had two zip lines in a row and you threw a bag on them, they could go from one zip line to the next, to the next, to the next. And of course we saw this as, a happy accident.
I think my favorite track from Payday 3 is currently the one from the Neo Credo. I really liked the whole process of making it, and it was just a fun and different way for me to do things since I usually start at the computer and use the synthesizers. This time I was just messing around and it came, this bass line came to me, and so I have a special place for it in my heart.
One of the weirdest and worst experiences I had from working on Payday 2 back in the day was this recurring nightmare where I dreamt about everything that I interacted with, I had to place a drill on it. The worst part is that that nightmare came back to me during the development of Payday 3.
I had one actress commenting on one of the lines I wrote that was the favorite line she had ever recorded on any film or TV series or video game ever. And that line was, "I've never met a bagel I didn't like." It's such a strange thing to say, but they were written to give sort of a New York vibe to some of them. So these are meant to be sprinkled into the conversation.
Doesn't that make it hard to read your credit card number?
One key anecdote that I remember is when we were designing the characters for Payday 3, and I thought that the process when we were looking at Hoxton and his mask in particular was super interesting, because there was a big interest in changing how his mask looks. And there was a back and forth internally whether or not that was Payday, the right thing to do. And I know the Hoxton fans out there, They have a lot of love for the character, for the way he behaves, and especially his mask, of course. And I think the beautiful thing about that anecdote is that it could have gone into a completely different direction, the mask, but we decided together as a team to keep his original design, and of course paydify it for Payday 3, because time has gone since Payday 2 and Payday 3, and certainly something must have happened with both Hoxton, but also his mask and the gear and his expertise.
I actually have a funny story. When I went to the cinemas before the COVID situation, and there was a commercial, and they had the opening of that commercial is 4 people putting on a mask in a van dropping out of an airplane, and the 3 guys behind, like in front of me, was like, "Oh shit, Payday 3," but it was actually GTA 5.
Alright, moving in. Let's kick some ass.
One thing that I'm really proud of is getting the team together and pushing for a common goal, and everybody really stepping up and really feeling proud that everybody makes a difference in the audio team, and everybody that's been working on the audio of Payday 3 has done a tremendous job to finalize the product.
For post-launch, I am always interested in the new heists, see where we can go and go a little bit further than we've done so far. But I'm also interested in getting feedback from the community. You start to end up in co-developing the game after post-release. Right? Once you release it, you don't own it anymore. The players are kind of there and continue to develop it with us.
Post-launch, I would probably want to see more stuff based on what the community wants, because we have a pretty solid foundation of heists and diverse objectives at the beginning, so people will be able to pick what they want to see more of, less of what they want improved, and that'll probably give us a better idea of what future heists should look like.
So I would like the players to have even more opportunities when it comes to how they approach a heist and the outcomes of that experience, but also when it comes to the weapons, the gunplay, and how they engage in combat. We already have a lot on launch for you to explore, but I really hope that post-launch we can throw some additional, stones into the glass house and see what breaks and what makes it more fun and interesting for you as a player.
Please do your best to break the game over your knee, within the confines of the game, of course, so please, obviously that's not so we can remove it, but so that we know how people are playing the game, and so we know how to further build upon the game.
Same with progression and overall game economy, just because it's built more mathematically. Play it, find the different parts that either break or slow down, and we're always there to look and try and make things better.
We have this design philosophy where you start the game and you're pretty confident in what you're doing, and that leads to situations where you're always trying to steal more than what you're capable of. So things always go south, and that leads to super fun interactions where people die and they start yelling at each other and screaming and just running, and like that moment when shit really hits the fan. I'm really looking forward to that.
With the launch of Payday 3, I'm really excited to see how the community reacts to the new story of Payday 3, how we're bringing them back, and also what kind of expectations they have going forward. What are they excited to see? Because this is only the beginning of Payday 3.
I hope they talk about much more generic things than specific features, but also recognizing that we have made an effort, for example, to do stealth more interesting and so on. And also that we have created a new platform for us to build on for the future.
Is someone there?
I'm hoping that they can understand that they can still stay engaged and keep enjoying the game as a live service game for a long lifetime, basically, because this is how we've built the game to have a long tail. So I'm really hoping that it has the same longevity and the same engagement.
I hope the Payday community will be able to just focus on having fun together with the existing content that we put out for launch, and that they are primed to look forward to the future of Payday 3, because the launch is only the beginning.
I think right after release, what we would like to see is just discussions around how to do the different heists in different ways. And okay, oh, I found a new strategy here. I can take advantage of these things to move forward. And then we'll see. Also, I hope that they're gonna struggle on harder difficulties. Not everything is too easy.
Unit taking point.
Change has gone down.
What I want to say to our community is just, it's gonna sound super cringe because I have a hard time articulating this, but essentially what I want to say is just a huge thank you for all the support. I mean, Starbreeze almost went bankrupt at some point, right? But thanks to the community and their support, we managed to rise again and continue to do what we love. So yeah, just a huge thank you to them.
If there's one last thing I could share with the community, it's just to say thank you. Thank you for your support over these years. Thank you for making this happen, because we did not do this on our own. We did it together.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fun. It's already, it's fucking fun in the playtest right now.
And that is it, Heisters. We hope you've enjoyed the Developer Diary journey, and of course, that you'll enjoy Payday 3. Let us know in the comments what you look forward to the most, or your general thoughts about the Developer Diaries themselves. If you'd rather speak with us live, we stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Steam twice per week, and you can find us in the Steam forums or the official Discord server.
And remember, Heisters, keep those helmets flying.
My favorite sound is the cat one. There's a cat that screams when things go loud.
Yeah, I think it's actually Tom's cat, our senior sound designer.
Is he gonna appear in the credits?
Special thanks.
I don't know, maybe. Additional voices. What's it called? Like salad? No.
Salad?
No, not salad.
Salad.
Something on S. Sasha, maybe? I don't know.
Salad.